Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nexus where we spotlight some of our favorite local businesses. I'm so excited to have one of my early clients here today. I have Dr. Molly Tillman with Rooted in Wellness Chiropractic. Hi Molly.
Hey.
Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, I feel like we kind of navigated starting our businesses kind of around the same time together, and so we share that common bond, and I'm really looking forward to having everybody hear your story and get to know you. You're just such an amazing person. So
well, thank you. Glad to be here. Yeah.
Yay.
It's been fun. Working with you guys did my website from the get-go, and so we were working on that before I even opened my doors. So it's been cool to see True North grow, and then Rooted in Wellness growing. And
you'll have to go check out her website. It is beautiful.
It is.
Yes,
and it's constantly getting upgrades and everything. We just had an upgrade this week with the scheduling. So
so
it's nice.
I mean, you've been in business for how many years now?
So I've been a chiropractor since 2013, but this business I've owned for 2 years. So I opened in February of 2020.
Right, and starting from the ground up is no easy task.
No, it's not. And then in the climate that we were in at that point in the world, was very shaky ground sometimes. So.
Yeah. Well, tell us all about your kind of history. Like, what were you like growing up as a kid? Were you always wanting to be someone that was a doctor or helping people?
I remember at a young age I wanted to be a pediatrician, and it was because I wanted to work with kids.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up going to a chiropractor, so I had no sense of what that meant. But I know working with kids was you're going to be in like a teacher position or a doctor of some sort.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do that, and then along the way it kind of changed my mind. Went to college at Wesleyan, and I kind of changed directions and wanted to do psychology. Yeah. So wanted to be a therapist and working with kids and adolescents.
I can definitely see that in you.
Yes. Yeah. And I ended up my senior year in college going to a chiropractor for the first time. I was having issues with my jaw and ears, and I had gone to a lot of specialists and wasn't getting any help with what I needed. So my friend suggested I see a chiropractor, and it literally just changed my whole life.
Right.
And I was like, what is this? So I kind of dove headfirst into it. I had a semester left at Wesleyan, and I'm like, I'm still going to get my psychology degree because I've worked this hard, and then I'll go from there. So that was my first experience with chiropractic, and then I was like, what is going on with this profession? Let me look more into it, because I'm very do all the research and then figure things out.
We were just talking about strengths.
Yes, I'm an intellection number one, so I have to get all the information.
Talking to a genius here.
Yeah.
So just enjoy it.
So what I did was I literally went through the phone book, because we had one at the time.
Oh, yeah.
When phone books existed.
I remember those.
I looked at all of the chiropractors in town, and I just started calling them to see if they were hiring. And the last person on the list was like, yeah, actually we are. Come over and get an application. So I was, I had graduated at that point, and then I was like, if I'm going to do this, I need to know that I'm going to invest this time and energy and money into this. So I worked for a chiropractor, and then I took classes here at Southeast in the evenings, and it was all my science classes that were really hard. But and I knew it from the first week of working. I was like, this is where I need to be. So I've always wanted to be in a field where I was helping people. It just kind of pivoted and shifted as I went through life.
Well, yeah, you couldn't know what you didn't know.
Right.
When you were younger. So.
Right. And now I work with kids and families. Yes. So the whole pediatrician thing, I still my specialty and my passion is with babies, kids, families, moms, preconception, prenatal. Chiropractic care.
Well, you're
family
pretty
wellness.
unique that you have that psychology background. I mean, there are a lot of psychological factors that can impede your physical health.
Absolutely.
And so,
we have so many physical manifestations of our emotional health.
Yeah.
And I see that every day in practice. And so just having that background and seeing how the mind works in conjunction with the body is really helpful. Yeah.
Right. You take a very systemic approach. I've seen Molly. She's amazing. She really can definitely help you out with any ailments that are sort of presenting. I think it's important to have a balance between chiropractic and traditional medicine, but starting somewhere where it's sort of homeopathic in the beginning is always worth a shot. And
Yep.
a lot of your neurological processes are affected by your spine and
Yep.
being in alignment. And I
Like
thought
a
your approach
spokeswoman for
was
me. You're
really
saying all the right
yeah,
things.
your
Yes.
approach was really unique in that you showed like a skeleton and which parts of your spine affect certain ailments, like what could be presenting,
Yes.
where certain places are not in
And what
alignment.
nerves go
You
to what
tell
organs
people.
and glands. Yeah, all of that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I look at the person as a whole, not just like, oh, your low back pain or your headaches. And I want to get to the root cause of why you or whoever is dealing with what they're dealing with, because it impedes in our life and it decreases the way that we view our life and interpret life. And
When you're in pain,
nothing else matters.
No.
Yeah. And then you have stress hormones, and so getting to the root cause is the only way to go, because if you just put a Band-Aid over things, you're just constantly putting more and more Band-Aids on and never addressing what is actually going on.
Right.
And so we get into how you're moving your body, what you're putting into your body and on your body, what kind of stressors are in your life, physical, chemical, and emotional, that could be affecting your well-being, as opposed to just getting a person out of pain. Yes, I want to help them get out of pain, but I want them to function
and
better.
stay out
Out of pain. Yeah. More proactive approach to things.
And it's really cool to talk a little bit about your location and how there's other women that are practicing other types of medicine there, that kind of like a whole body approach.
Yeah, so I am inside Emerald Healing Arts and Apothecary. Sorry, long name there. Megan Lawrence is the owner of that. She is a massage therapist. So she's in there with me. There's an acupuncturist, there's an esthetician, and there are some energy workers of various varieties that are in that spot as well.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of like a one-stop shop in a way, where people can come and get lots of different treatments. Sometimes we sync them up. So if somebody's getting a massage, they all come into my office, get an adjustment at the same time. And it's just love working there. It's all women that own their own businesses inside of Emerald.
Yeah.
And so it's just really empowering working side by side with other women entrepreneurs that are making it happen.
Right.
So,
and trying to make people's lives better,
Yes.
right? Like that's really...
Feel better, look better, move better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some great jewelry in the store.
Yes, and the apothecary in the front sells jewelry and crystals and lots of different gua sha tools, anything like that.
Yeah, I think it's a good gift-giving place to shop.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we are located where Old Cheney and Highway 2 meet up near 56th Street.
Yes.
So kind of behind Laszlo's, if that.
Yeah. So tell us, some examples of people that you've been able to help. Maybe they tried the traditional medical route and, just weren't having any success. I know you've told me success stories before, so I think those are inspiring.
Yeah. Beyond the traditional low back pain, neck pain, I've had some interesting successes with headaches and migraines. I do a low force technique. Primarily, I use an instrument as well as my hands, but I do a lot of cranial work, which is really instrumental for people with headaches and migraines and sinus issues. And so with the way that allergies for people have been lately, been seeing a lot of those, and it's amazing the results with not a lot of force. And then on the other spectrum of that is like babies. So I had a little one that was having chronic ear infections and came in and got adjusted and cleared out her ears like immediately on the spot. And she was able to eat without vomiting things up, having the reflux, and just a completely better disposition. So kids,
and a lot of people don't even think, with a infant or a baby to try chiropractic.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Like I always say, like, chiropractic does not cure ear infections by any means, but what it helps to do is helps the body heal itself by taking off interference to the way that the nerves work in the body. And very low force technique with kiddos.
Yeah.
They just don't need the force, and their adjustments are completely different than what adults have as well.
Yeah.
But most people don't know that they can take their kids to a chiropractor and don't understand the reasoning. They have different signs and symptoms than adults have. Like, we get pain.
Right.
A baby can't say, ow, this hurts. And so it comes out in colic. It comes out in ear infections. It comes out in reflux and behavioral issues.
Right.
Those are usually signs that there's, like, distress in the body.
Behavioral issues is another thing where you can help without medication, maybe, or in addition to medication.
Yep, I do a lot of co-treating with other practitioners that their parents are taking their kids to, whether it be their pediatrician or therapist, and then they want to try something else to see if the combination is a good fit for them.
Yeah.
So.
And you see a lot of families, right?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I have different packages for families. I have some large families, and so it's something that I'm always mindful of is these large families that are bringing in a lot of people can ring up the bill a little bit. But I work with people on wellness packages, so depending on what they have going on, what their needs are. What the care that they need, depending on that. I work with families as far as that goes. So I see every member of the family. I'm drawn more towards the moms just because I am a mom. I have a son that's almost 7, Silas.
He's such a cutie.
Yeah, he keeps me on my toes. He's a very active kiddo. Yeah. And so he's a full-time job, raising him. Parenthood is no joke. So, I'm just drawn more towards the mothers because I feel that we don't put ourselves first. Yeah. And it's very common for mothers to put ourselves last, and we're the ones that need to take the self-care.
Yeah, otherwise we can't take care of the whole family if we're not in good shape ourselves.
Yeah, so seeing a lot of burnout moms, and it's just my passion to help them, to give them support. If it's not with me, then with another practitioner in town. I have lots of different resources, referrals for body, mind, and soul around town to guide them.
Yeah. What's something you're looking forward to doing with Silas this summer?
Oh my goodness. So he doesn't know this yet, but I think we're going to take a trip down to Kansas City and go to Legoland.
Oh, he's going to love that.
I know. He's really into Legos. So we'll do that. Cool. I went to school in Kansas City. I went to chiropractic school down there. So I have a lot of friends that are still down there. So I need to reach out to them and get something nailed down. But and then do a hotel room.
Just swimming at the hotel
with a pool, and that's all they care about.
I mean, we would just go to Carney for vacation. It doesn't have to be super fancy.
No, it doesn't. And so we're gonna do that. So the last couple of years, just owning a business, I just haven't been able to take breaks because it's me. So I wear all the hats. I don't do everything, but most of it I do. Right. And so I'm putting our family first this summer, and we're going to take some time.
Yeah. Well, and we appreciate the fact that you've let us help you out on the marketing, on the SEO side of things. Yes. Tell us a little bit about working with the team and some of your experience with
it's
True
just
North.
Been absolutely horrible.
What?
No, every member of your team is just amazing at what they do. And so I've been working with Alex on the SEO. So she breaks it down to me in English because I'm not tech savvy at all. And I'm like, I don't know what this means. Talk to me like I'm 5. And she does a great job at doing that. And seeing the trends of how important SEO is. I didn't know what that was. So, and how important it is to have that presence online. And so we do a monthly meeting, I do some blogging, and she helps me with that as well,
Yes.
which has been great.
Yeah.
And then Dylan, right?
Yep.
Did I say that right?
Yep.
I don't know why. Has been great with the website stuff. So he does the
Awesome.
maintenance of that, and anytime things need change, I just shoot an email and done and taken care of, and it's
Easy peasy.
easy peasy. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way if I had to make my own website, it'd be like one page and it'd be really bad. And no, like, I can't. There are times where it's like, okay, maybe I can figure this out. And then there's other times where I'm like, please take that. So yeah, it's been great. And then knowing you forever, well, not forever,
we
but
had the ongoing joke when we first met each other. It's like, stop following me.
I know. I think
like,
we ran into each other like 3 times that week at a networking event.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I was like, you're a stalker.
Like, I'm going to sit down and actually talk to you.
We can be friends.
You're following me. Right.
Well, I love it. We get to see each other almost weekly. We're in
Yes.
the same Center Sphere group.
Yes.
I'm really glad
The
that
best group.
The best.
Come visit.
Come see the cash
Cows.
Moo. So we get to see each other, and I love referring people to you. They always have like the greatest things to say when and if they come see you. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Magic Molly. What would I do without her? Go see Magic Molly if you need anything.
Well, I
She'll fix you
truly, that's one of the best things as a referral. Like, that is one of the best things as a business owner, because your people are looking out for you, and they genuinely care enough to send their loved ones to you.
Yeah.
And my business is probably 90% word of mouth referrals.
Yeah.
And so that's how I've grown. And so when I have those referrals, it's literally gold and means the world to me. So I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you've done the same for me, so I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So.
Absolutely.
Do you have any final wisdom for our viewers? Anything?
I don't know.
What's like a great tip for someone that's thinking about starting their own practice? Do you have anything like that?
Oh, man. Run. No, I'm just kidding. Do it. I waited too long. So I had worked for doctors. I had owned a practice several years ago in Seattle as well. And I just finally decided to do it again here. And I felt like I waited too long, and I just doubted myself. And so the biggest tip would be just believe in yourself, and then surround yourself with people that know more than you in a topic, so that they can help you and they can guide you as well, and just like lean on those people.
Yeah.
Because
I like to say, don't pay the dumb tax twice.
Right. I like that.
Not that I've always followed my advice, but
yeah.
There are
it.
usually people out there that know more than you if you
There
don't
are.
know what you're doing.
There are.
It's okay to admit you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So.
And you don't need to invest like a bunch of money for all these people to tell you what to do, when there's a lot of people that you can find in your life that are going to help you without taking advantage of you. So
Right.
That's also
people want to see you succeed, and it's been really fun seeing you grow from like, having your own practice, just a couple days a week to now like 5 days a week, and filling up, and so exciting, and I'm really proud of you. And
thank you.
You did take a leap of faith, and it is not easy.
Yeah. And there's been pivots, it's you think it's going to go one way, and it never does. And so you just roll with
it. Worldwide pandemic breaks out. So you never know.
Yeah. And that's essentially why I've grown in the way that I've grown with referrals, is because there weren't events. There weren't anything that I could physically be out doing when everything was shut down. And so I just kind of started in that mode.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting.
It's working out, which is the best part.
Yes.
So
it's fun. It's a blast. Even on days when I cry and I want to like quit, it's like I wouldn't go back to doing anything else.
Yeah, your worst days working for yourself are still better.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Than working for somebody else.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. It was really great to see your beautiful face and catch up with you before. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And go see Molly. Go check out her website and make an appointment.
Yes, I'd love that. I'd love to help you and your family.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.